All right, so dear Splutters, welcome to the latest episode of Efecto Cascada. This is the podcast where we dive into the forefront of innovation, share insights from entrepreneurs, and uncover cascade funding opportunities. So broadcasting from Pamplona, Spain, and rooted in EU-funded initiatives, we connect with research, policymakers, and innovators across Europe and beyond. Today's episode takes us into the world of responsible and responsive research and innovation. We're focusing on Core 12.01, a European initiative behind the Responsive Innovation Fellowship Program, supporting researchers who want to embed responsibility, openness, and societal engagement into their work. So joining us today is Linda Krondahl, researcher and innovation expert and CEO of Things AP, actively involved in Core 12.01 and a strong advocate for participatory and responsible research practices. So settle in, Splutters, and let's tune in. Welcome, Linda. How are you?
Thank you, Paula. I'm very good, thanks. It's great to be here.
Yeah, it's great to have you here with us. So could you introduce yourself maybe a little to our audience and walk us through your professional journey a bit?
Absolutely. So in short, I'm based in Stockholm, Sweden. So it's very snowy outside right now. It's in the middle of January. I studied Master of Science in chemistry back in the days. It's been a few years now. Then I joined one of the big management consultancy firms. So I had to, fly out on the Monday and back on the Thursday. Did that until I kind of got bored by it and tried to find the opposite thing, which to me became working with solar cells in Africa and India. So I developed my own company, developed my own product. Great experience, financially a black hole. But I learned a lot doing it, so I really enjoyed it. And then I, together with my colleague Magnus Melander, we started what's now called Things back in 2014 here in Stockholm.
Linda, what would you say, what was the momentum that first sparked this interest in research and innovation? Because you came from consultancy in the start.
Yeah, so I would say that I think we've the human race has been able to create a lot of damage by our technologies and our ways of development. And I think that we also are able to solve a lot of the current problems with technology. Perhaps being an engineer, and that's my way to go. So I really think that we need to dive deeper into really sustainable next steps to move in a better direction overall.
Of course, I completely agree because I'm not an engineer myself, but I imagine that once you get yourself into the workflow, sometimes you might forget about the core or the mission of it all, right?
Yeah.
All right. And would you say there was a particular project or experience that shaped the way you approach research today?
Well, I would say in general, I'm kind of, that might be terrible to say, I'm a little bit staying away from the research part because I do see a lot of research going on, and that's great. We should do that. But to me, it won't help unless we commercialize it. Get it out of that institute and out on the market, scale it, sell it, find customers, and make a viable business out of it. That's how we can actually make use of all the research. So to me, my personality is always, I'm not a salesperson, but I really love sales. I want to see all the participants that are working in this project or otherwise to really find the crying customer, the one that really want to pay for your stuff, and then scale it. Because that's the only, that's how we can make things happen.
Good point. And as you were saying, even if you're not a salesperson, you have it in you. So that means a lot because the way you approach things are going to be, let's say, more direct this way.
Yep.
All right. So let's switch to the project we were talking about in the beginning. Mm-hmm. So understanding Core 12.01. So for listeners who are new to it, what is Core 12.01 in a nutshell?
Yeah, so Core 12.1, that's really focused on sustainability, clean tech, transformative technologies that can make this world better from a sustainable point of view. And I would say it's a really, so we're running a one batch program. We're going to select 30 innovation fellows that we're going to work with throughout the program. And the point of the whole thing is to find researchers or early stage startups, SMEs, where we can help them past that threshold of commercialization. So if you have great solutions, but you haven't really started talking to the customers yet, or if you have great solutions, started talking to the customers, we're there to really help you through that journey, to make it sell and scale, in short. So ideally, some help force you to talk, think, and talk to the customer.
Yeah, that's amazing, because as you were saying, it might happen that once you start in the entrepreneurship journey, it can get lonely, and you have to get through all these challenges, right, and roadmaps alone. And having a community like yours might help boost these researchers' journey. And Linda, what problem or gap in the research ecosystem is the project trying to address?
I think the lack of market access. If I boil it down to one thing, so I see it all the time that a lot of great solutions are stuck inside the the technology institute or the research facilities. And what we're going to do is to kind of help you out. We're going to prep you, we're going to train you, we're going to find coaches depending on who you are and what needs you have, and actually even do the sales prepping. If you're not at a stage where you can sell yet, we're still going to help you to start talking to customers, because early contact with your potential customers is, I would say, the most valuable thing you can get. They can either confirm that what you have is relevant, or that what you have is relevant, but no one's going to pay for it at that price point, or it's not relevant, or it would be relevant if to their company if you did it this way. So the earlier you can get that input to developing your company, the easier it is to adapt to it and hopefully find a good market earlier.
Yeah, so tying your answer, let's say, to the benefits that you can get as a beneficiary of this program, how would you say that Core 2.01 facilitates networking with corporates, investors, and policymakers, for example?
Yeah, so if I briefly go through the program. So after the selection, once we've selected the batch, or the innovation fellows, as we call it, there's going to be a KPI process where each company or each person, researcher, define their own KPIs. What areas am I going to focus on the coming period? And that's what you're going to keep your eyes on. You're going to get your coach, and you're going to together see how you can, what do you need to do concretely? What do you need to do to reach those KPIs? So that's one step. And then you're going to have the online training in group, again, seminar setting, and that's going to be for the 5 different areas. So it's a societal area, it's the sales, it's investors, it's there's a lot of different. We have 5 packages of trainings, and then the big event at the end is going to be to actually attend an international fair where the innovation fellows can attend. We're actually going to get people up on stage also to pitch their idea. Not all of the teams, but a selected batch of that. And they are gonna, to prep you for that, we're actually gonna have a kind of a sales coach or a sales development coach helping you all the way from setting up a profile on the platform, reaching out to potential customers or investors, how to approach them, how to secure your meetings at the event, how to follow up, and how to then close a deal might be too early, but still make sure that you can develop your process further.
That's amazing. Basically, getting market, well, not just your solution market ready, but so that you are prepared to secure deals and meetings with investors. So it's
Yeah.
amazing. Linda, by the way, because this call is currently open, when is it finishing? Can people still apply? How can they do it?
So the deadline for the application is going to be early March for this call. So if you apply via the Sploro application, the Sploro tool, we will then evaluate, and we're going to have probably 3 evaluators for each application to make sure that we combine the different views from the business side, the research side, and also the societal and researcher side. And based on that, we're gonna be as quick as we can to select and let the applicants or the participants know, so that we can start the onboarding of the Innovation Fellows already during April.
Mm-hmm. Okay, good. And I was wondering how long, because once we have evaluated, let's say the 30 fellows, how long is the program going to last?
Yeah, so the onboarding is planned for April this year. And then in May, we're going to start 2 parallel processes. One is what we call the training program, which is run by SERS in Greece, one of our consortium members. And in parallel, we're going to have what we call the Innovators Master Plan. And that's a KPI-based process where you have a coach and helping you move forward. So they're both going to start in May this year and last until January 27. In parallel with the second part of that, we're going to do what we call the strategic partnership for innovation part, which we run from Things, which is more focused on we're going to have a pool of mentors. So you can select the mentors, experts that can help you with your specific needs. And we're also going to hook you up with a sales coach that's going to help you to look at your solution and see how can you make that stand out and get through the noise in terms of sales and also potentially investments, if that's what you're looking for. In parallel, earlier in the process, we're going to have this ecosystem feedback loop session, which is more connecting you to the communities and looking at the societal benefits of your solution as well, which is run by SIX, based in UK.
Wow, very huge consortium. Also, basically, if you're a fellow in awarded one, you will have mentor, salesperson getting to help you through the process as well, and then a community belonging to, which I would say it's one of the most important parts of this EU program. Because after the whole thing finishes and it's tied up, obviously they'll stay in touch and they'll just walk hand in hand through their different paths, right?
That's really what we hope. We can't force anyone, of course, but we will have one physical meetup, and that's going to be at the showcase event at the end, which is planned for March or April in 27. So besides the prepping of that, on your participation there, that's also going to be a great time for the whole group of Innovation Fellows to meet up, get to know each other. And that, just like you said, Paula, that's a really good network to have going forward. If you really use that group through the process and also when you actually meet up, that's going to be really valuable for you. I also want to stress the value of the coach and mentorship, because the coaches that you're going to have, they're going to help you throughout the process. They're going to be on your side and try to just look at your solution with kind of external eyes, fresh eyes, to see how can you push your research results faster, better. And the salesperson is going to look at it from a kind of customer or investor point of view and see how can we help you communicate this so you can come to the next steps, pretty much.
Yes, it's making me want to apply, even if I'm not
That's good.
eligible. But yes, basically being surrounded by all these experts that are gonna help you boost your idea. But let's talk about the fellowship itself. So the profile, who would you say it's designed for?
So this is a program that is designed to actually cater both for individuals, so individual researchers, but also small companies. So you don't have to have a legal entity yet. It's fine. You can be just a physical person. But I think you should have your mind set to actually, creating a company and developing a product and want to scale it, because that's what we're here for. So anyone who's got something, research result that you would be want to try, get some support to push it out on the market, that's us, I would say. It has to have a sustainability angle, of course. It has to fit in within the different topics of the call, but that's a pretty wide area that we can cater for.
Right. And just to add it to the last question, are there specific career stages or disciplines that the program is especially keen to support?
Well, I would say probably more from a product development point of view. We will use the innovation readiness levels developed by KTH here in Stockholm, which looks at, so you used to have technology readiness level, TRLs, and that's also the kind of scope that we specify in the application. So we say TRL 4 to 7 is our sweet spot. That's what we want to go for. Not too early cases, because we won't be able to help them through this time. I mean, it's too short to take it all the way from basic research to market. And if you're already past that stage, you already know how to run it, you don't need our help, hopefully. So 4 to 7 TRL wise. But we're also going to look at all the different other dimensions of the innovation readiness level throughout the program. Also, we're of course keen to have more women. Women are still underrepresented in these technical areas. And geographically, this is not only for the European countries, it's also for the widening countries. So all the countries eligible for the Horizon call. And of course, these widening countries is extra positive to get them involved and to connect with the rest of Europe in this case.
Yeah, and that was just my next question, which area or which countries were eligible, but I find it very, very nice that you also want to approach widening area countries and especially women out there. So don't be afraid and check the program out as well as reading the guidelines, but go ahead and apply, please.
I think the application is really short, so it doesn't take too long to apply either, I would say. I've looked through the ones that we already received. We already have applications coming in, which is really nice, and it's not a lot of work, so do give it a shot, I would say.
Yes, we'll put a short video on how to apply, but it's very fast. It doesn't take a lot of time. Good. Now, concerning impact, responsibility, and maybe the future of research, so another kind of section, what would you say, what role do citizens, communities, and overall non-academic stakeholders play in responsive innovation?
Well, they play a big role. I mean, if we say that the academic are a great place to start your journey and to allow for to actually get the research done that no one could pay for themselves. But to actually make it happen, we need all the others. We need the citizens, we need customers, we need the communities. A lot of the solutions I expect to come in might be something that should be used on a communal level, but also communities in terms of helping you get in touch with the different innovation communities around Europe, and to connect with different science parks or incubators around there. And I think that, and also, of course, I would say the corporates and the investors. If we're going to get the problems fixed, it's not going to happen only from the inside the universities. We need to have someone on the market taking it, believing in it, and scaling it with you.
Absolutely, much needed. So let's hope that also this program serves as a call to that on 2026. And just to finish, let's say this future-like part, looking ahead, how do you see responsible and participatory research shaping the future of European research and innovation?
Well, I think, I mean, with everything going around in the world today, it's sometimes you almost, I don't know where to start on that topic, but I think we will still, no matter the current geopolitical situation, there is still, despite not getting the headlines right now, there is still a big climate issue coming up. And the sooner we start adapting to it and finding solutions, despite whatever else is happening, keep calm and carry on, I would say, because these issues are still there and they're still growing. And I think that's really a really important part of the research of European research to scale. And that's why we think this is such an important topic overall.
Yes, I love the quotation you used, which was, it's not making headlines, right? We're focusing on, let's say, technological advancements. There's wars going on all the time, and climate change is still there. I mean, it's already affecting us, so we should get going and approach it. Yeah.
And it's still gonna happen, even if that is not top news at the time right now. It's still going on, and there's still going to be a growing need for really good technical solutions in fixing this problem as well.
And we do have resources already. It's just the intention out there, societal one. All right. So just to let you know, we've already crossed the threshold of the episode, and we've reached this little game that we have, this little tradition to get to know you better. So it's the fun wrap-up part of Efecto Cascada. So basically, you're going to have to ask, let's say, 5 questions. So, answer. So you're going to have to answer a question from the previous guest. Then you'll be the one raising a question to the next one.
Yeah.
And then we'll pass on to, let's say, more questions on the personal level. Okay. So your question comes from Veronica Balson. She's the CEO of Purple Kimono. She's also a beneficiary from a European Union program. And her question is, what is the ultimate activity that sparks pure joy in you?
Wow. Well, I gotta say my doing something with my kids now. So you got snow outside. My kids are currently 7 and 10 years old. And joining them, going downhill, too fast, too dangerous, too close to whatever trees and stuff, that's really sparks joy, and a little bit of sweat as well. But it's that's really fun, to see their happy faces, enjoying the cold winter here. That's
you're
joy.
A very cool mom for joining them on that activity.
It's the best thing, hearing their laughter, going downhill. On the border of laughter and shouting from fear. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, no, we definitely need to see a picture from your backyard. I'm sure it's snowy and looks very winter-like. All right, and now you need to think of a question for the next guest.
Okay, yes, I would say, all right, a quite generic one that would apply to whoever gets it. If you were not afraid to fail, what would you do tomorrow? If you had no fears, no anything, what would you devote your life to?
That's literally YOLO.
Yep.
You only live once. Yeah.
That's all right. Yep.
I like that question.
We should have that more, I think. You never know what happens. So go for the good and fun and healthy stuff,
There's always fears or imposter syndrome going on.
Yes.
But what would you do, right? Yeah, I like it. Okay, and now just we'd love to know a fun fact, either of your life, your little kids, or maybe the consortium as well, whatever you feel like sharing.
All right, the fun fact. Well, yeah, it kind of relates to this. I'm actually selected as the uppfinnare, inventor of the year in Sweden, for developing my solar cell, my portable solar cell product. That was some time ago, but so that's kind of, I still haven't got my Nobel Prize for it, but I'm waiting for it. And there's so many stories from my traveling in Africa and India, where I have
I bet.
Of
course.
been on a walk with a lion and stuff like that. That's
Congratulations, Linda. Wow.
Yeah, and I survived.
I feel very honored for interviewing you.
It was great to be interviewed by you, Paula.
Oh, thank you. And now, just to tie this up, would you share any piece of advice to our innovators out there?
Yeah, well, in general, my first advice would be to apply, of course, because we want as many good applications in there as possible. Don't be shy. And if you apply, or if you don't apply, talk to your customers early, because that's the best solution to get you quickly to find out, is this a good thing or not. Don't spend your time on doing unnecessary things, but actually talk to your customers, and they will help guiding you. Talk to them too early. It's never too early.
I feel like you kind of connected dots. Oh, I'm sorry, my mic just moved out of the way, but I feel like you connected dots between questions, because I'd say the motto of this episode would be, don't be afraid. Go sell your solution, go sell your project out there, because if it has a mission to it, and so it's gonna solve many people's lives. Yeah. So don't be afraid, because sometimes I feel like when it comes to us, our lives and our work, we kind of put it on a lower level than if we work for others. And I'd say that we're here to change the world. So come on, don't be afraid and apply to core.
There's no one else gonna do it. So we gotta do our best, all of us. And if we do, it's gonna be a lot better than if we don't.
Yeah, literally. All right, Linda, thank you very much for this little interview that we had. It was great getting to know you, your background. Honestly, I'd talk to you for hours. I'm sure you have many stories to share. Also, congratulations for your prize. And well, thank you for introducing Core 12.1 to us. So yeah, this brings us to the end of today's episode. Come on, don't be afraid. Check the projects and try to apply. You never know. This could be the door to your success, right? The turning point.
Sounds good.
But if you're a researcher interested, well, in changing scientific excellence with societal needs, so this project might be for you. So yeah, that was everything. We listen to each other in the next episode, and this is the sound of innovation, Efecto Cascada. Thank you.
Thank you.